Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and every day we bring you up-to-date technical analysis, news and hidden gems. So if you like making money in crypto, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, select all notifications so you never miss a thing. Right, we've got some Bitcoin news to delve into. Let's go over to the desktop. Okay, so the first article that I want to cover off is this one. China proves Bitcoin is an unstoppable machine. I mean, that's a headline, isn't it? A headline and a half. Let's get into it. China's crackdown on Bitcoin mining continues to face determined responses across the crypto ecosystem. One of the first BTC exchange operators and co-founder of ZAP protocol, Nick, said that the crackdown only proves that Bitcoin is an unstoppable machine. If the world's second biggest economy can't crush and manipulate Bitcoin, I think that's, goes without saying. I don't know if they're not manipulating it. I think they are. Noting that the crackdown is increasing scarcity due to there being fewer miners relative to the transaction volume. Nick underscores the increase in miners' profits whilst the mining difficulties continue to decrease. He explains, Bitcoin's algorithm adjusts roughly every 2 weeks to allow block of transactions to be mined every 10 minutes. So it becomes both easier and more profitable to mine Bitcoin. That's a recipe for inciting more miners back in. So yeah, completely agree with that. So, the other thing is to probably highlight, and it's in here, is that the miners are going to be looking to find other places that are more friendly towards mining Bitcoin, right? And a lot of these miners are moving out of China, for example, with the Chinese crackdown. So I think, my thoughts and opinions on this particular article are literally that this isn't necessarily a bad thing. So let's hit one of the points, which was around the fact that it's an unstoppable machine because actually you've got this crackdown by China, which is massive, and you can't stop. You're not stopping Bitcoin. They're just moving the mining to a different place in the world, right, where it's more friendly. But the sentiment is on the face of it a negative one, right? Because Bitcoin miners are going to be dumping some Bitcoin in order to be able to move to some of these other places to finance those moves. So we understand that that's something here. But I think the negative sentiment doesn't move the price as much as people think, and this is backed up by studies. However, positive news does move the price positively. The same can't be said for negative sentiment. So that's the first bit. And the fact that they're moving to other parts of the world, for me, means that this is a positive thing, because you have in the past had this FUD where the old saying, it's a centralized project or protocol or ecosystem because it's mainly mined in China. So this is going to support eradicating this argument that it's a central and controlled protocol, although it isn't really, in my opinion. So I thought this was a good article to cover off. I think there's going to be people talking about it, obviously. I just wonder how much detail people are going to be going into for this one. We move on to the next article. So an article that's talking about the bounce after the weekend, and there's a reduction in the amount of Bitcoin that is being held on exchanges. A good place to go to look at this would be Glassnode. Fantastic to get an idea of the move-ins, the come-ins and go-ins, and other different metrics that you can use to predict where things are heading, right? But we all know what happens when you take cryptocurrency out of circulation. For example, we talk about this when talking about the Cardano pool or the Harmony pools that we run, right? You are supporting the project by taking it out of the circulating supply and delegating it. By doing this, you're working to increase the price, because when you remove it out of circulation, that it's more scarce, right? So we talk about this quite regularly on the channel, and it's no different with Bitcoin, right? People are buying it up and they're moving off exchanges into their own wallets, right? enough said. Okay, so I just want to talk through this article. So this is a JP Morgan analyst has been saying that basically the end of the bear run that Bitcoin's having will come to an end once Bitcoin market share rises above 50%, right? So we've talked about this on the show. Nick's covered this, quite a lot. I guess I just want to paint a picture of the narrative that is spinning here, right? And the words that are being used in this article are very telling, right? So the current bear run. They're not saying it's a bear market, it's a bear run. So it's a bearish movement in a bullish run, right? That's always been sort of our take on it. But let's get into the article. Let's see what's cracking here. So an analyst, financial service behemoth JP Morgan, has given a simple indicator that could help predict when the current bear run for Bitcoin will turn around again. So JP Morgan's Nicholas said that in the volatile crypto market, Bitcoin could start to rise again if a few basic conditions are met. In a televised interview, Nicholas explained why he thinks the current bear phase, and I'm going to highlight that, bear phase for the cryptocurrency could be coming to an end. So I like the way the article, I say the article is written, or what this gentleman's saying, in the respect that, he's not saying it's a bear market, right? And there has been this sentiment going around saying that this is a bear market. It certainly isn't a bear market. It's a bull market, but it's a phase within the bull market. And we talked about this back in October last year, when we were saying, look, be prepared for these swings in the market, right? That there's going to be ups and there's going to be downs, and those swings, they're going to be big at points. And this is one of those phases that we were talking about back then, right? And it can be scary. There's a lot of misinformation out there around people that are from traditional markets coming into cryptocurrency, and they will say that this is a bear market, because actually in a traditional market, yeah, you would say this is a bear market, right? But this is my opinion. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are. I always like to read through those. The basis for his optimism is basically around some of the indications that institutional investors are relocating their funds back into Bitcoin from other cryptocurrency tokens over the past few weeks. This reversal is a trend that was seen in April when the market crash for Bitcoin price in INR, along with other cryptocurrency prices, began this year. In an interview with CNBC, Nicholas said Bitcoin's dominance of the entire crypto market value offers insight into when its recent downward spiral would be over, which is really interesting. As Bitcoin dominance hovers around 45%, the analyst said that he would like to see the top digital coin dominance 50% over the overall crypto market, a healthy number there in terms of share of Bitcoin as a percentage of the total cryptocurrency market cap of at 50% or above. I think that's another indicator to which, in terms of whether this is a bear phase is over or not, said Nicholas. Bitcoin was trading at about 34,156, when this was written. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I know Nick has covered this several times on the channel, right? And for me, it's interesting that there are a few people out there sort of echoing the same sort of conversations as what we are, right? And there's a lot of people, influencers, YouTubers, whatever you want to call them, that they're not analysts. They love cryptocurrency, and that's great, that's fine. Would I trust them with my money? Probably not. There's one or two that I would, but there's more that I wouldn't than I would. And this is why we always say go do your own research, right? It's fundamentally important that you go do that. Only yourself can make the decision to invest in a cryptocurrency, a metal, property, whatever it is that you're going to invest in. You've got to put your big boy pants on or big girl pants on and make those decisions yourselves, right? We're not financial advisors. We always give our take and views and opinions on the different cryptocurrencies that we're invested in, or even not invested in, or going to invest in. But you've got to make those decisions. You've got to go look at the white papers and look at the team and all those wonderful things, right? Because ultimately you're the one that's making that decision to invest. I say this because we see all the comments, right? And you know, it's quite a negative space at the moment, and I think it's really important. But one thing that I would say is, you know, if we ever do a promotion, we tell you that it's a promotion, and not all YouTube channels do that. We also highlight projects super early. Don't get me wrong, they're more risky. So when other YouTubers are saying that, you know, it's the safest thing to do is to invest in Bitcoin, Ethereum, for example, we're not saying they're wrong. But what we are saying is you will generate more gains if you select the right altcoins. They are more risky though, right? Like that's part and parcel of it. So with all that said, I hope you found this video interesting, informative. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, select all notifications so you never miss a thing, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.